back to the review of the Interscholastic Unified Tennis Coaches Resource Guide. This is part 3, which will be a review of all of the section under administration and supplements. Here we'll be talking about paperwork that is due, how to complete it, who to submit it to. Every student athlete, every participant and coach must satisfy their respective school systems requirements, such as an annual medical physical, as well as Special Olympics Maryland requirements that are indicated below. So for players and competitors, each of the following items must be completed. The application for participation, which you see in the right-hand panel here, it's important that the form is completed in its entirety and correctly. Coaches must ensure that disabilities are noted properly. That's this section here in the middle. Pay attention, please, to the yes, no checkboxes and the gray highlighted section. All participants, regardless of age, need a parent or guardian signature. All forms are to be scanned and emailed or hand submitted as instructed by your district representative, or in the absence of a district representative, the regional sports director. Most districts in the state do have a district representative, so please do refer in the resource guide to the contact forms so that you can contact your district representative. For the role or person type, they're defined accordingly. So Special Olympics, in quote-unquote athlete, is a person with an intellectual disability. That's grayed out in the left column. But note, if a person has an intellectual disability and disability or disabilities other than intellectual, the person is designated as an athlete. A person with a disability or disabilities other than intellectual that are in the unshaded middle and right columns are considered a Unified Partner-IEP 504, and a Unified Partner is a person without a disability. So that is the application for participation, and there is one needed for every participant on the team for every season. So if a student athlete participates in 3 unified sports seasons, they need to fill out 3 of these every year. But just one is needed for the 10th season. Then you, the coach, will fill out this form, which is the affirmation of eligibility. This is your roster. This is everyone who has submitted an application of participation to you. It is due, and so is the application for participation. According to the timeline that's established, the example here is for the 2018 through 2019 season. This may vary from year to year, the due date, so please do cross-reference your Coach's Resource Guide timeline, which is at the beginning of the Coach's Resource Guide. So on this form, you will fill in first and last name. If there's a disability, their gender, date of birth, do they use a wheelchair, or do they use an ambulatory device of another kind, And then you'll note if you are a returning unified coach of any sort, we have added this section down here. This is any additional team personnel / travel party. For example, a team manager, an instructional assistant that will assist your team at the district or state tournaments, or a paraprofessional, any interpreter, a one-on-one nurse, an assistant coach, a parent volunteer, any non-student athlete who will be accompanying your team along the season should be listed on this form down here in this travel party section, and accompanying Class A volunteer application should be submitted for each of those people. The postseason registration, as is explained in the sport overview in part 2 of this overview series, players are rated individually by an impartial rater, be that a varsity tennis coach, a USDA official, a Special Olympics Maryland designee. Otherwise, a student athlete will be rated, will be given an individual rating. You will then pair them with another student athlete on your team. So if it is a student with a disability, they are to be paired with a student without a disability, as closely aligned as possible in rating. So if you have someone who's a 12, who is an athlete, and someone who is 12 who is a partner, those two should be placed together and put on this postseason registration form. Please note, this is very important. These forms are to be submitted electronically in Microsoft Excel format. Alternate formats such as PDFs will not be accepted. Google Forms, unfortunately, Google Sheets do not transfer all the formulas correctly. So it must be in Microsoft Excel form. And you must use the following file naming convention. So when you are saving this file to your computer, you must list your district number, dash your county, dash your school. So for example, District 10, Caroline is the county, just put Caroline. Colonel Richardson High School is the school. If a school has multiple teams, use a separate attachment or registration for each team. Do not utilize the Excel tabs. Multiple team naming conventions must go district number, dash county, dash school. So for example, District 10, Caroline, Colonel Richardson High School, dash team 1. District 10, Caroline, Colonel Richardson High School, dash team 2. In the past, people have named their teams, such as silver, black, or other naming conventions. Please do not use those types of nicknames. Please name your teams Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, etc. The due date in this particular form is Wednesday, September 26th. In future years, it may change. So make sure you are always attentive to those deadlines. Your postseason registration is due to your district representative or your regional sports director in the absence of a district representative. Please, please, please make sure that everything on the top is filled out. The high school, the head coach, the county, phone number, date completed, and your email. As I said, this is an Excel form. The boxes here at event and role are drop-down boxes. Those have to be completed as well. It is not sufficient to put your player's name, role, and their rating and not fill out, not to do the drop-down for the event box. Their event is based on their combined team rating score, which is down here in this table. So it would be red short court, orange full court, green full court, yellow full court. Only student athletes that are listed and submitted on your student athlete affirmation of eligibility, which I just reviewed a few moments ago. Only people appearing on that form, which is attests to the satisfactory completion of the standards and forms of the respective school system, and the Special Olympic Maryland's application for participation, are eligible for competition. So If someone is not on your affirmation of eligibility, they cannot be on this postseason registration form. Just also note, please, coaches, you are the first line of defense. Check your form completely for accuracy and to make sure that all of your doubles teams meet the criteria that is set forth in this coach's resource guide. Paying special attention to if you have teammates that fall outside of a variance of 5 player rating points, that you follow the established criteria and rules for pairing those partners and athletes together. For all non-student athletes, they must complete Class A requirements, which is a form, and protected behaviors, which is a quiz of sorts. So, excuse me. Who needs to be a Class A volunteer for interscholastic unified sports? It's summed up by saying all non-student athletes, including but not limited to coaching staff, one-on-one, small group, student aides, interpreters who may provide service during the state competition or invitational, student teachers, interns, paraeducators serving as coaches or support staff at the state tournament or invitational, parents, guardians, family members, or those appointed or hired by the family who provide personal care or hygiene at the state tournament or invitational, so such as toileting and changing, maybe one-on-one feeding. Any students who accompany the teams to the state invitational to provide support and supervision. Others identified by the school or Special Olympics Maryland. Because Class A volunteer status is needed based on the individual's function, it is sometimes necessary to screen others, even though they don't fit into one of the above categories. If you have a criminal background check on file with the school system, you still need to complete the credentials required for employment. American Specialty, the insurance provider of Special Olympics Maryland, requires that all Class A volunteers be cleared through our background check provider, Verified Volunteers. So now that we've established who is a Class A volunteer, this is the steps to becoming a certified Class A volunteer. Once you have completed this, your background check and your volunteer clearance, including protected behaviors, are valid for 3 years. So if you're a returning coach and you completed this in the last 3 years, you are still good to go. Step 1 is that you fill out this volunteer application and release. Please note your social security number is not required. Step 2, you complete the protective behaviors training, which is available at the link provided here. The protective behaviors training gives an option to print the confirmation. See this screenshot here to the right, which then needs to be scanned and emailed, or email screenshot of the confirmation to your regional sports director from Special Olympics Maryland. Just as a footnote, for persons under the age of 18, so these would be like student managers who might be traveling with your squad, they have to complete the student minor reference form. They do not receive a background check, rather they submit this reference form complete with 2 non-family member references verifying their eligibility to serve as a volunteer. And just to note, you as the coach or a district representative can serve as one of the non-family member references. If you have any questions regarding this process, you can contact your Special Olympics Maryland Regional Sports Director. That concludes the administration section. And just quickly to touch upon the supplements provided to you. These are what you'll actually print out from your digital copy of the resource guide. Here is a copy of the application for participation, the affirmation of eligibility, which you can print and handwrite, or you could certainly open this in an editable PDF and type in. Just make sure that you sign it. And then supplement C is that Class A volunteer application for Class A volunteers who are over 18. And the minor reference form is available in the Google Docs folder. As always, Special Olympics Maryland is very grateful for support that you can provide by just shopping on, doing your everyday shopping on Amazon through Amazon Smile. You can designate Special Olympics Maryland to receive a percentage donation from Amazon based on the total of your shopping. This is at no cost to you and is a great help to the program. That concludes this part of the Interscholastic Unified Tennis Coaches Resource Guide review. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, you can direct those to your district representative, or in the absence of a district representative, your regional sports director. And after that, you can always contact your Interscholastic Unified Sport Tennis chair and assistant chair. Again, thank you for your time and attention, and we will see you on the next video.